Tuesday the 14th of March 2023. And this is our Amba history. And in our Amba history today, we will continue to tell you where we started and where we are going and where we are now. A lot of people who have grown up in ignorance of their history, they want for continue for inside that ignorance of their history. So today I will talk now for country talk. Yes, they salute all people them from Amazonia, especially the true people them way they the one for go for Amazonia. I want for salute all una for tell una say we Tory it never finish. Some people they be there where they write them down for some book where they be the suffer. And they suffer be being now because say they be decide for leave Papa God, go worship other God them, where Papa God no want them. And that other God, the way they be the worship him, it be being a Satan. And all the nations of the world, they be follow that Satan. At that time, the world no be don't reach 1 billion self. But very few people then they way they be decide for follow Papa God truly. And that few people them, they follow Papa God. Papa God decide for use them as an example for the whole world. So if they follow that example, their own country, it will be like that people, their country. But they be strong head. And God not agree with strong head. So I want to tell Ambazonian people then say, all the country the way they did in the world, Papa God he get them for a register, one after the other, one after the other. I need to wait. The one the way they go wake up talk say, yes, we believe in the creator of the heavens and the earth, where it be invisible, get color. So no man never ever see you one day, and no man never ever actually she don't so hear a voice or see ye. But he did. And he prove himself say they by the actions and the things the way it make them they happen. So some years ago, one of these countries, when Amazonia, Southern Cameroons, as they call them at that time, he realized, say it be an entity of its own. But wicked men and women in the world at that time, they decide to play a game. And we still find out and they dig out why it be say this very rich, small Gulf of Guinea country, almost all other nations, almost all, don't be say all, they don't get what they call and say independence. Some they not even camouflage when are still the few wicked white folks that they still control them. They take all the resources them for Africa. They still go bow down. They beg them. Forgive them small, which way they take them from them. What a shame. So I start to find them out as a historian, as a child of God, and as person where I want to ask why all this partiality, discrimination, a day in the world. I suddenly can discover something where it shock many people, but it shock some. I don't hear a lot of people they complain, say, oh, we for Africa, with the one for sure say we know God? What about the Chinese? What about the Japanese? What about the this one and this one and this one? Where did not get this Jesus? What would they talk about? Ambassadors, listen. Our history, it be very different. No man never ever should don't ask, say, why be say this Japanese and this other country they get a high moral rate than we, where we say we be Christians. I been read something for inside social media where now the Secretary of State for Ambazonian Communication, a write up, and that write up will be very, very powerful. It don't teach me a lot of things. When I think that way, they give me headache and trouble. Yes, it tell we Ambazonians and say, when we talk of Christianity, it be start like a family. Our history, it be like a family where we dey stay together, they do things together. Anybody we know Ambazonia in the early 50s and in the late 60s, you go know say for that space of 10 years or more, the way Ambazonians they live, it will be very different until these people then come. And when they come, they will get a plan. And that plan will be a very big secret. I don't hear people in talk say, oh, Ambazonia, we don't be decolonized, but we'll go join with Ghana. And at that time, Ghana president, Nkrumah, Dr. Nkrumah, how do you call him? Dr. Nkrumah. I don't know the other names then. So Dr. Nkrumah will be one of the well-known president for Africa. It be aligned with the Socialist Republic USSR, where it be a communist bloc. And that communist bloc, many people don't want them. Because they feel say communists, they want to take away from God. And we be true. And in the days of Foncha, the Prime Minister of British Southern Cameroons, this Mr. Nkrumah, he be visit Southern Cameroons. And so they block the way they be being a capitalist. They fear say, if they leave we and give we independence, we go follow the communism. So what did they do? They make a plan. Because up till tomorrow, America and Russia, they no be friends. They be friends with these two people, the way they call and say France. And they be friends with Britain. So all of them, they be against that bloc where it be do communism. And so all the countries of Africa, where they be try to go for inside communism, they be kill their people the way they follow them. I mean, brutally kill them or play a very fast game on them for make sure say, may they take away the rights where they begin forget them at that time. And that is part of the history of Ambazonia. Even though it not be written down, but it be verbally told. And people, the way they be study things them. Yes, we know say some of this country, the way will be the look semi day, at least here we cry. And they say something where they don't go mute. Now, because that Cold War, it is still go on. And that's why it will be very, very fine for Ambazonians for listen for God, think very well before they take any step. Because if Ambazonians then take any step for anybody where they never listen from God, it will be the worst disaster we will get them for ourselves. Time don't reach where many Africans they wake up for realize exactly who they be and how they supposed to be, and they work towards that. Many of them don't decide for talk say, no, 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 no. We don't will continue with this idea, say, make we wait for some white folks, where many of them are thief people them in clerical, I mean in white collars. Because she don't thief, make we for remain slaves. But we, the ambassador, we don't wake up talk say, with the trust in God. And God did not tell we several weeks ago through our president, say we'll be number 55 nation for Africa. And I want to tell Ambazonians, they say this number 55 nation where will be, even though they look like the last, but it will be the first. Because Papa God is there on the throne. And he know the name of Ambazonia. Oh, listen to this before we come back to this.
Almighty Father, Papa, now you love me so, and you know my name. I give you glory, Abba Father, you know me, you know my name. Abba Father, you know me, you know my name. Abba Father, you know me, you know my name. You know my name, oh Daddy, yeah. You know me, you know my name. I can see your hand in my life. Lord, I see your love upon me. Every time I look around, now you are the see. Every time I turn around, now you are the view. I dey hear your voice in my heart. Lord, I feel your love over me. Every time I look around, now you are the see. Every time I turn around, now you are the below. Abba Father, you know my name. Papa, you know me. Yeah. Yelele, 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 yelele. Yelele, 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 yelele.
Thank you very much, brother. Oh, wait now. Brother, I don't give you chance. All right. I want to tell Amazon and then say, Papa God, he know your name. And because he know your name, he very much want to say, make you where he know your name. Make you say he be consigned. Like with the talk for that way country language. He be consigned about you. And because he be consigned about you, he want every Ambazonian to know say the plans and the purposes where he get them for we. Nobody no fit stop him. I want me go sit down, think am again. The plans and purposes where Papa got, where he get them for we the Ambazonian people, nobody can stop it. And because nobody can stop it, I want to talk say, it don't reach a point where every one of us will be Ambazonians. It be very important for we for note and for know which way we come out and which way we dey go. Because if you don't know which way you come out, and you know she don't for find out which way you dey go, at the end of the day, you will be a lost person. And so our history they actually be out for help us for know and for be able for follow up some of the places the way we make mistake and see which way we feel improve ourselves and carry out and carry on this fight where no be we start them. Yes, the fight now we forefather they start them. Immediately they will get up one morning, discover say we don't be deceived. No, 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 no. They will jump out and they say no, we no fit continue for inside this thing. And what will our Republic we do? Of course, we all know La Republic start for kill them. Yes, La Republic start for killed our people. And up till today, they still do the same business. The only difference I say they don't come out completely outwardly and everybody around the globe it is see say these people don't mean business for finish we. While they look, some ambassadors they dream. Say somebody will come from somewhere and then it will send we deliverance. I want to tell ambassador and they say that one a dream. There is nowhere in the world where people don't fold their hands. Then some people they come up for some place, can't fight their fight, give them their land for become enjoy. No. All over the world, the individuals or the people them, they will take their fight by themselves, defeated the enemy. Yes, true, some losses they be there, and some other things they be happen. But I want to tell us, say in the midst of all that, God is still sustain and he keep some of those societies may they exist. I think our population today it be more than the population of the children of Israel when they leave Egypt. And as they leave Egypt, they come out come, they go for their land. They be fight by themselves. If anybody if come for can't help them, now somebody will come jump for can't help. Nobody say they be shidon and they do wait. Unfortunately, every fight we don't occur in this life, we hear from history, so many people they be there for inside that fight, where they not be there like they want for fight. They be there because of their belly, and it still continue. So we Amazonians, we get a very, very big chance for get up, learn from history, pick up with this history, and run with it. Or if we learn from history and know which way we fit go, it go be better for we. That's what I'm saying. It go better for we. Because we don't already get examples of people the way they don't do the fight, where we fit follow. And if we do and so, it go work. Now let me tell we one thing will be extremely important, make all man note in our fight, where this time around, it not be only the British Southern Cameroon's Ambazonia, it be the whole of Africa. A few days ago, I just sit down, I did think very, very deeply. And it suddenly dawned on me, say, most of the calamities, if not all, where did it happen for Africa, with the point finger of a white man. Oh, the white man become do this. Oh, the white man become do this. To the point that some people they don't point hand for white man, then cross boundary, go into blaspheming I'm trying to blackmail God. But I discovered that, number one, when it comes to God, we Africans, we get our different gods. And if you go down the history of our gods, the history for our gods, now the history of curses. I'm yet to see a nation in Africa with their God blessing them. I'm yet to see. If you know anyone, please call and tell me. I will change what I'm saying. You know, say me, I be human and I'm very, very repentant. I get a small heart. Where if I know something, I go change them. Tell me any nation in Africa where they worship their ancestors, where Bible tell me saying are demons, evil spirits. Like one young man, I'll never forget how he'd always tell me, say, we don't leave our own ancestors, then go follow a strange ancestor, where they call and say Abraham, where they call and say Jesus, saying a strange ancestor. Then we say we our own ancestor day. Your ancestor are the one the way they must eat for back tree. Their chop must be put on the ground. If you get any member, forgive them. If you get cocoa leaf, throw them for them, that's better. But they always go on the ground. And go and find out an average African, he don't grow up with that spirit of the ancestors and they end up for curse. Curse picking them. Curse picking them. Everything are curse. Even in this life, a sister or a brother, he go see his own brother or sister where they prosper, where look like say he do fine, even though you get your own challenges, he go add curses to it. Or go to a juju priest, somebody who is dealing with Satan, and tell the person for curse this man or destroy this man. That is the God that I've grown up to see. Yes, the white man too is wicked, because any man who doesn't have Jesus, I'm not talking about religion, I'm talking about somebody where you don't experience a family called the family of God. Like our Secretary of State for Communication, Dr. Mungwa, he talked some statement this morning, say Christianity, if it start for Israel like a family, and then when it will cross over to England, they will change them into politics, and when it will go over to America, they will change them into occultism, and when it will come over to Africa, they will change them for make money. Those are the stages. But when you go back to its origin, you will discover, say, it will start like a family. And all family members, they agree with one another. If you are not a big hypocrite, you go talk say yes. But I want to talk say, even in the nucleus family, picking and his brother or his sister from the same mother, the same father, 100% they know they agree. Some 3 or 2% they know they agree. And if you know agree 100%, you know if you talk say you be in agreement completely. Yeah, humanly speaking, you are 98%, 97%, 95% of agreement. Sometimes you know if it be visible for outside there, but the truth now say you never agree 100%. Yes, but the Christianity where Jesus will bring them for the people of Israel, and the one the way they be accept them, they be agree 100%. That was when Jesus don't pay the price. That's why you find them for Acts of the Apostle, they go around, they chop their bread, you know, they eat and they share their ideas and so on. But as the days went by and they start to carry this family issue from one place to another, it started changing into stages. Like I told you, for Britain, where the thing we arrive, it became politics. For America, it became occultism. And then for Africa, the thing become business. That's why sometimes it'll be very shameful for talk say you be a Christian, not to talk of being a pastor, because some of the terrible things the way that they go on, they are really shocking. And the world, it is stand in our way. They are trying to find out which kind of way we will do. We say the all thing don't spoil. Now, I don't watch some play them, some film them when a drama, how that pastor, it go meet up people the way they don't know God, for give counseling. And we know say the person will be closest to peace, joy, happiness, and long live in this world was the man of God. Because all kings, they began to take instructions from him because he did hear from God. Fortunately, when Jesus came, he closed that barrier. He said, whether you are a king or you are a priest, you get the right for come to the right source and then receive which way you get for receive for direct your life here on this earth. Because our life will be polluted when our forefathers will disobey God as we read the story. Now somebody is telling me, well, now the story that way they read them. And I need to just read the story. I don't believe the story. It don't transform me. Then you tell me who is your forefather, who is your ancestor, and which way don't do for your life. Almost everything is curses, 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 curses. Even now, in this struggle, where we did for go back from Ambazonia, we don't do everything possible for try to bring Ambazonians them. Make they know say, as we don't declare, say this fight now God a fight, it definitely means say we don't become one family. But there are still some schisms, some fighting to still go on, which it be normal because devil is still be in this life. But many people don't want to take that into account. And then some people, they should be very careless for inside the fight. You see people the way they really, really drive so to go for your own day. There's some knuckleheads because she don't talk say, no, make we just agree with one another and just move on and let us go straight to Boya by agreeing with one another. And I begin to wonder whether these people, they just they talk because they want for talk or they know which way they talk. Because if they know which way they talk, they never tell you for just join with anybody and with everybody and they will begin to go. No, it doesn't work like that. You need to watch out which way you do go and why you do go there. So that at the end of the day, you know go check say you really deal on your road to Boya. Meanwhile, they go end you up for Yaoundé. And we don't read them for history. Say by their fruit we can know them. And they will not be only history. This one is very, very practical. Yes, very, very practical. That if you no watch out and follow a man we no know the road, but they claim say he know, at the end of the day, what will happen for you? Sincerely, you will end up in a ditch. And when you end up in that ditch, the end will be terrible because there will be no way for you for manage for come out. And so, Ambazonians, I talk all these things so that make we learn. And if we are learning, we should be quick for apply which way we learn. Because if we no apply which way we learn to our present day situation, I tell you say at the end of the day, we will be the losers. And there is no business where God will put a picking inside and then make them for loss because no go worker. And so I want to tell we, so we for Ambazonia, we get an opportunity, a very big opportunity for go the way of God. And when we agree for go the way of God, of course, we'll get the results where God wants them, say we'll get them. And that is why we did for inside this particular fight, where we did inside, try for tell all of us for join in the fight. How if you join in the fight? You get job, send them for the people they don't get job. You get clothes. Some people they don't get even waiting for buy clothes. Send them for them. What do you get? What if you support the one the way they don't get as a result of this war, where it currently go on, where it been a current events, where they turn into history. What do you get? Bring that thing. Let's put it together as a family and then go out there, support our people, give them the moral support that they need for their lives. And they will be saying, would you do which way? Papa got a one way for do. But if not, it be unfortunate. Say many of us, where we day in this life, what would you do? What would you do? Would you do them very differently? And as we do them differently, and we try to do them, Papa God did the watch. Why did the watch? Because the reason for Jesus for come, now for come make the whole world, make it be a family where they go live in harmony. But we don't see say, as I don't talk on how way one person don't analyze them, and I believe 100% with his analysis. But that will not mean say in all these places the way mention them, the fear of God, the respect for God, the love of God, the following of God, it don't be 100% which way it talk. No. For Britain, where they turn the church, the Christianity, into politics. I mean, for Rome, sorry. Yeah, let me read it directly from what this where the SOS really talk, so that make we hear them directly from your mouth. And they will know say, truly speaking, we get ambassador, get people who, hey, any man way the joke. Listen, Christianity left Israel as a family, came to Rome as a religion. Okay, now that one be the miss I'm out. He then went to England as politics, went over to America as a cult, and ended in Africa as business. This one be very, very powerful. But may I tell Ambazonians that in any place where this Christianity be enter, it be leave remnants. You know what they call say remnant? People the way they follow hitherto. They still they can't pay for way to way the original, it be the talk. Yes. So for Israel, even though it be as a family, today we know say not still be as a family for Israel. But that was the purpose. It come over for Rome as a family. Rome turned them into religion. What is religion? Religion now they believe by some people say they fit help God for make them be God a people them. That means they don't want to follow the way Christ can put Christianity, but they want to establish their own by their good works and by their good deeds. And that is where we get it wrong. So Christianity is not religion. Religion now a human foundation or a human way of trying to please God, for try to worship God, for try to get to God. That one they call and say religion. And that one, now the two way we brought at all for you say, if you come up for Israel, then go over to Rome as a religion. And then from Rome, if you go over to England as politics. And these political Europeans, they dealt with us Africans because now them be carry this Christianity, this religion, not Christianity at this time around. They be carrying our politics, bring them for we, and start to teach we dirty politics, not politics. Politics. Politics now got a method for govern the world through politics. But politics, now when people they don't already grab this Christianity as religion, they mix them, bring them into England as politics, still call them religion, take them over to America, mix them small, it becomes an occult where they worship Satan and all other deities, and then finally ended up in Africa, where many of the people them in Africa, they take the thing now as a business. And when you take something like a business, you take God a thing like a business. I'm telling you, at the end of the day, you'll get an auto from God. Man will pacify you, talk some other thing them. But when it comes to God, you use the name of God for business. Go and find out. Many of them don't end up well. When you use God in name as business, no, you know if you end up well. That one be very clear. You know if you will end up well. All right, we'll get this musical pause and then we'll come right back. Thank you very much. Almighty God, there is no one like you. Nobody can do like you. And that's why Ambazonia, we don't hand them over for your hands. I will get this confidence, say you go do them for we. Because we don't discover, say, a lot of people, they be very, very confused. And in their confusion, every man they try to do his best. But they never come into the best way now you the offerer. Yes. And we a few of us where we don't accept the family of God, where we start with Jesus coming in Israel for the whole world. If we must come for some place. If we will come for Africa, there will still be a complaint. Because human beings, their mind, they don't be polluted, tainted, that they don't just believe, agree, everything or anything, unfortunately. So Ambazonians, at one for tell we say, time don't reach for all of us for come into this family and be able to talk one thing and watch out, because a lot of distraction day out there. Anybody should not talk your own. And that is the result of the wickedness where a day in Africa. Yeah, we know say white people their own day. They are devils in their own style. Many of them. But some people in their way they get at least the heart of God. But we would claim say we grew up for no God in our own way. Yes, our forefathers, many of them, they believe in this their God, and their morals, they will be top. But today, with all your education, with all your learned and your language and everything, some dark spots they be there where now only Jesus will fit to move on from our parents. Just like we did in the Old Testament. They don't move on. But time don't reach where the perfection of God, it don't come on the face of the earth for the whole world for follow. But we neglect them. And we do waiting. We follow human beings. Any man will come up with a philosophy. Sometimes their wisdom be sensual, directly from the pit of hell, by Satan, whom the Lord created not as Satan, but as Lucifer, son of the morning. And Jesus even refers him to be as wise as the serpent that deceived Lucifer used to deceive the man. But me will be as harmless as the dove of God. We know the talk. Just to come land, do a business, bring a leaf in its mouth. Tell Noah, say time don't reach. Come out from the ark. But many people don't want that kind of lifestyle. They want the one where they will go into mysticism. They want to know God in a very mystical way. And they end up meeting with the devil, where their hearts will be darkened and they be weakened, and then they will be the kind people the way they know want for know God in the way where God get for know them. And for that reason, a lot of people they live the life where they want to live. They live that kind of life. And you expect an angel or somebody from somewhere to come and arrange your home. No, that is the stain where Satan will live on the face of the earth. And we there for inside that stain. Until Jesus will come back, we will definitely continue in that stain. And even when you accept Jesus as your personal Lord and Savior, you are 100% clear with God. But the other human being, he go look at you with disdain and talk things in a way you're not supposed to talk. And claim say no more than you know. And once there is that claimancy, say I know more than this man, and this man know more than this. Guess what happened? Conflicts. Guess what happens? Frictions, fighting. I don't hear somebody describe Africa saying crab. You know when you catch crabs, put them inside bucket. It no matter how shallow the bucket is, go to wherever you go, you will come back and see the crab. They're intact. They never go nowhere. Why? Because this one they try for climb commode, the other one the whole am drag and back. For try for commode, the whole one full of drag and back. And that is what Africa has been. But would the talk say, God don't open our eyes for this 21st century? We don't accept ye as Ambazonians. And many people as Ambazonians, they don't discover. Say, wait away the present interim government of Ambazonia, it do. Now something way it looks slow, but steady and promising. Some they don't jump out through shame. They no one for come back. Some they don't jump out through deceit. They don't like for come back. And some they where they really want for come back. But because of shame and other things, the way, humanly speaking, if you not be humble enough, you know, if you just jump, leave them, come out. That is what is keeping many of them, not a few, in the confusion in which they are. But are they here for tell Ambazonian and say, to err is human, but to forgive, and God, He be always very much willing to forgive. And He can forgive you now. Right now, as you are listening to me, if you make them build Ambazonia back to the point where we, Ambazonians, we will like way Papa God it do. But the thing I say, make you be sincere to yourself. Yes, be sincere to yourself. Come back to yourself and ask yourself the question. The way where to go, is it really the way where God wants to make a go? And you go get the answer. So Ambazonians, I want to let you know that we are still on course. And we do it the way Papa God wants to say, make we do. So if you're there outside there, and you don't tire from the noise of the social media, get back to your government. Which is that government? The interim government. Our president, Dr. Sako, he don't talk at all. See, if you want to hear anything where they come out from the interim government, get back to ABC Amba TV, where it be one of our channels of communication, and stop deceiving yourself with the social media noise. Many Ambazonians, they don't create social media. And some of the social media, they talk true. But some of them, they'll put one through here and poison the whole minds and deceive the whole people. To the point that I don't get a number of people that they call me, talk, say, I be confused. We be confused. But the man they talk this one they talk this one. Please, if you don't want to be confused, get to your government channel. Listen to announcement, news, and other things from your government channel, because we'll tell you which way it actually go on. Like today, we announce for you, say on Saturday the 18th, there will be a draft This draft could be hosted by the Midland Zone. And this Midland Zone, it comprised of 4 different counties. Yes, the Midland Zone, it be of 4 different counties. And for you to stay aloof, fine. This draft, be for Midland. Now, federal draft, but the people, the way they go receive we for inside house, not Midland. Whether they contribute how much or contribute how much, now federal government go use them. They go for one particular county. And the federal government, now all the counties, the 13 counties, like our president be talk, time don't pass for we for behave like enemies in the house. He make a statement, say any Ambazonian fighter will be out for send the Republic out of our land. Whatever name you are bearing, and you are sending our Republic out of our land, you are a member of the family. And as a member of the family, the central government, it will support you. Because many of the confusion where we don't get them, now people the way they be there like chairman them for county, when they contribute money, give them, they call the commander them for ground, give the money like saying they from their pocket they come out. That's wickedness of the highest order. We will contribute money, give you. We give them for people the way they defend homeland. Then you take the money, give them like saying your personal money, then form your personal militia. I even hear some wonderful story where I never ever hear them for my life. Say some of the thieves, where they be like how do you call them, defense chiefs, they never want the president for talk with the generals for the land, for homeland. What a heck! When I be hear that story, I be shout. Say some people then the way they talk, say they be defense chief, they don't want president for talk for the general them for home front. It's never heard of in the world. It's never heard of. That is why they will get opportunity for thief. You know, they will give them $5,000 for send, then they will go send 500, pocket the rest, and then stop, seal the line for nobody for no. That's why some of the commander they be, and many of them don't die a useless death when some of these militia, personal militia owners and get them where they cause their death. The will talk say they never ever receive anything from interim government. When I county the phone them, when I LGA to fund them. Or who is LGA? Who is county? That is the government. And people with a myopic thoughts, where their brains are small. And this other one, the way they go vote them, when I chief people them. Look, interim government, you don't see say this delay for go for Boya, even though chief people they become for inside, but God know which way they do. For expose many of these chief people them. So that when we go back home, there are people that go know say, there are people the way they get the same characteristic of CPDM. That once they make you a chairman, you don't become a king kong. You are not answerable to anybody. Everybody has to answer to you. Will be the different kind of government where this interim government is set up. This interim government is set up a government will be responsible, where the government be responsible for answer the questions of the people, give accounts, they ask you questions, and you give for tell them which way to go on. That is the kind of government that reigns in a family. And if you want to be a member of this family of Ambazonia, please get back to the constituted counties and LGAs and be a part of it. Contribute. A few days ago, do you want to be like saying a gossip? I stumbled over a document with more than 25 names or 30. I don't even remember them. And most of them, now names the way we know for 2019, 2020, 2021, and part of 2022. Where presently, all those names, where we know them for interim government, all of them were thieves. I say with no apology. Apart from a few of them, I think the highest contributor for amongst all of them, it contribute about $4,000 for all the time we be there for inside interim government. Some of these loudmouth people, they contribute $0, zero. But the thief, I want thief 135,000, and begin to make noise. And the one the way they don't go on the ground now, they still talk, but they talk now because they don't thief. We'll dig them out. And when we dig them out, it will go into the records as our president will talk. When we reach Boya, if you are alive and you come for Boya, we'll trace you, trace your family, and know who you be. But members of your family, they go only feel exonerate themselves if they prove otherwise, or else, like Peking, like Papa. But Ambazonians no go that route. So Ambazonians, our history or our current events, if you be built on the positive side, when we follow the real history of which may not happen before. And so I want to leave Ambazonians them for continue for think. But remember, Saturday, the 18th of March 2023, federal draft under the Midland zones. Federal draft for support our fighters, for continuously make La Republic for no say, as they play their games for normalcy never come. Support our refugees, our wounded, our orphans and widows, where this wicked cream of genocidal hoodlocks, they don't inflict them on us. A people where God created we with a difference, but we shall conquer. May God bless the people of Ambazonia, because He know your name. Till tomorrow, I wish you the best you wish for yourself. And please, don't go away. Stay tuned and listen to some of the programs on our ABC, especially the news. We're going to give you much information. God bless you.
I can see your hand in my life. Lord, I see your love upon me. Every time I look around, now you are the see. Every time I turn around, now you are the view. I dey hear your voice in my heart. Lord, I feel your love over me. Every time I look around, now you are the see. Every time I turn around, now you are the below. Abba Father, you know my name. Papa, you know me. Yelele, 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 yelele. Yelele, 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 yelele. Yeah, yeah. Jesus, your love, now oh. My master, your kindness, now wonder oh. Every time I look around, now you are the sea. Every time I turn around, now you are the view. Jesus, you said I be a picking, no. Jesus, you said your love go cover I dey see